so.
Anybody got
Since
ideas?
we don't
A
like-
good color for the
Since we're
eye.
not down
Oh, you've
with
got some blue
yellow,
down in there. Yeah.
since we're
What
not
color are your eyes?
on yellow,
They're
I'm
blue.
saying
Okay.
green.
Oh, well.
Green?
Blue, we have
Oh.
too much.
I was
Our place is
thinking-
too
yeah.
close to
Yeah,
blue.
I was gonna
like
say,
a
I
very
see
bright
that.
green.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Something to make it like stand out. And that's the
Because my
only color
head's
that
got
we
the blue
don't
in it
have.
too. I guess I wasn't.
Yeah, and if we did straight blue, it's too close to that turquoise. That's it.
Oh, yeah, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I got it when I was around 21, 22. It was in my active duty days. A bunch of the guys had tattoos, so I decided to get one. Unfortunately, sometimes in the military, when you're with your friends, you got peer pressure and a little bit of alcohol. So my mom was kind of against having tattoos. So to go against my mom and do a little rebellion, even though I was in my 20s, I decided to get one.
Oh, I got my first tattoo when I was 12.
Did you?
Yes.
Which one was that?
It's actually covered up now. It was my family tattoo. Everybody in my family has the same tattoo, and I was the start of it because my brothers held me down and tested out their ink before they would give themselves a tattoo.
Altogether, I think like 20. Because some of them look like one, but they're actually, this one's like 5, 6 different tattoos, so I think like 20-ish.
In the past, but recently, no, I haven't gotten tattooed in quite a few years. I have been tattooed by more than 40 different artists in my lifetime, you know?
Wow.
From all over the world. And yeah, it used to be, especially when I was younger, that's how I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Go and get tattooed by someone that you respect their work and want them work.
Yeah.
Hands-on that way, you know?
How long do you have to apprentice with someone?
Everyone's different. Generally, an apprenticeship is anywhere between 1 and 2 years.
Is it true the first tattoo you give has to be on yourself?
Doesn't have to be.
Okay.
I make my apprentices do their first tattoo on themselves.
That would be so hard to
Have you
concentrate.
have you done anything on
I
yourself?
have. I've tattooed myself a few times, actually.
I don't know with the boys if it's just the big tough guys that think they gotta have them. Not that my boys are little wussies, but they neither one have expressed it. The one's old enough was 19.
I think there are some stereotypes. I think that the older generation of people don't really get them, and I think it's wrong.
Like if you have a tattoo, you're a bad person.
I don't know, I guess to some extent living in a small town makes you a little bit maybe prejudiced to some things, and I notice the sleeves and when I see piercings and stuff like that, to me doesn't impress me.
Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna stop, but yeah, I don't plan on being covered from head to toe, like no face tattoos. And I got a couple on my neck, but like I'm not going further up than that.
I feel society, it's a lot more depending on where it's placed on your body. I don't like the face neck tattoos.
Honestly, I think tattoos are more acceptable in general, but I feel like once you get into like white collar, it's still almost kind of the same. Because I know people that they just look crazy and they have mad tattoos, but as soon as they put on the shirt, they have a nice job, it can't be showing, so even if you have a sleeve, as long as it comes down and hides everything, so it just doesn't look tacky.
In the workplace, in a professional place, I cover them up only because that's mine to share when I feel like it. But if I'm out in public, just shopping or whatever, I don't have a problem with displaying my tattoos or at the beach or whatever. But workplace is a professional place where I keep them covered. It's my own personal business.
It's something that she can hide, and that was the big thing that I had told her, just be conscientious that not all employers like, tattoos visible to people, especially, if you're working, with the public or in a high class type of job that doesn't want people to see. No matter how tasteful they are, I think it's something that you have to consider. Not all employers are going to want those visible to their clients.
I do have friends that have tattoos everywhere, and they have really great jobs.
Obviously, I'm okay with them, but I know that a lot of other people aren't, especially in the professional area. That's why I said I like a half sleeve, because then if I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, at least it's going to cover that up. I know other people that have got a full sleeve down their arms and things like that, and especially at my place of work, we had the governor coming in one day, and our boss asked them to wear long sleeve shirts just to cover those up, which I understand, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. I'm fine with them. I don't see why other people aren't fine with them unless they're sort of obscene.
All my tattoos are showing where I work, and I work at a bar/restaurant.
The way that I look, if I was living in California, I would be more apt to get a job looking like this. Now, here in Grand Haven, Michigan, it's a complete different story. I have to tone myself down. I have to wear long sleeve shirts every job interview. I can't wear earrings that are hollow like these because it's more drastic looking, and so that freaks people out as well. I like to do crazy makeup sometimes, and it just deters people from thinking that you're an intellectual.
When I first got it, I think it was more of a taboo. People who had tattoos, had a harder time getting hired. A couple people in my family didn't like it, but it's pretty acceptable now.
Getting mainstream. Started in 1989, so it's right on that verge of a new era, basically. Especially with people my age at that time. With the punk rock and the grunge and all that coming out, it was much more prevalent. So people like my generation, I guess, were more open to it. So artists all just started collaborating. We were all friends anyway. Sorry, I pointed that way when you were looking that way.
Lately, I've seen a lot more people having tattoos, not just people in the military. I work at a college school. I work at U of M in Ann Arbor, and I see a lot of people with tattoos. Not only jocks, but just everyday students. Other people have it. I believe a lot of people are more acceptance of tattoos. I've only seen or met a few people that didn't like it, but they never overtly expressed their dissatisfaction for tattoos.
Having been around the military for over half of my life, I've seen plenty of tattoos. Not 100% against them on others, but I wouldn't get them on myself.
Not all those years ago when I was in school, no. It wasn't a really popular thing. My daughter has two, and she actually wanted her first one when she was, say, 17. And I told her no, she had to wait till she was 18. Tried to remind her that it's something permanent, and you need to make sure that you are in the right frame of mind and grown up enough to make that decision.
I would say, for your first one, just make it an important one, have some meaning. Don't get like a taffy duck tattoo. Don't get a tramp stamp tattoo. A lot of my tattoos are Asian, Japanese, because I'm half Japanese, so I try to represent that. And I just like the traditional tattoos.
I've wanted a tattoo since I can ever remember, maybe 5-6 years old, but it took me a long time to really decide what I wanted the first time, because it is my body and I wanted to represent who I really am. And after my first one, it was like, oh yeah, I want another one. Most people that I know that have tattoos are ready for the next one right after they get one, but I really put a lot of thought into it, what it means to me, and it really has to represent me, not just artistically, but through the things that I've done in my life and I've accomplished.
Well, it's just for me, most of my tattoos have meanings too, and I want to just keep up with that. I don't want to just get something.
Well, that's what this was supposed to be. It's supposed to have meaning. Like I was riding dirt bikes, I got into racing and stuff like that. And the guy was like, "Let me implant my own art in there," and I'm like, "What?" So
Again, that's more of a logo thing.
I like having meaning with my tattoos. Like my cross, it just signifies the bond between me and God. The skull and crossbones actually has an army helmet on it, so it's a like soldier that's been out in the field way too long, and the soldier for life is what it stands for. And then the Kokopelli is it's a Hopi Indian god of agriculture, fertility, fun, music, and entertainment.
It can be so many different things, like what you're going through at a certain time, past events, people, the way you express yourself.
My personal opinions, although the artwork is usually really impressive, depending on where they were acquired, I don't think it's proper to mark up a person's body like that. The identifying marks that you were born with are enough. I don't think graphically displaying personal beliefs and opinions is a proper way to ensure yourself in society.
It's my Kuwait tattoo, and I got that one because I spent a lot of time in Kuwait, and that was the first time that war actually seemed real to me.
Your mind at this point in your life and think about.
And me getting
Yeah,
one?
yeah. No.
Have no desire. I don't think and it's not really so much the appearance of them, it's the thought of having that needle poked into me that just scares the living daylights out of me. I don't think I could do it.
So it's different
get it
for
done.
everyone, just because everyone has different pain tolerance levels. So some people can't even sit through like a dot, because some people can sit through 12 hours.
I'd say women take pain better than men. Just and most tattooers is like that. Just they give birth to children. So
Absolutely, yep. Absolutely. Totally true.
Especially like on the midsection and your ribs, because we are naturally formed to bear children, and we go through that time of the month, and so our muscles are already used to contracting like that, and so we're kind of seasoned to the pain there, and so that's why we can handle it better in our midsection, just because it's anatomy.
How long was this all in one sitting, or was this over? Okay.
I don't even know what time it is, so.
I can tell you when we started based off of a text message I sent.
Just getting started.
Well, it was my stepmom she wanted me to send pictures. We started around 12:30.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's 3:30, so about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I think the longest I sat when getting tattooed by him was 4 hours. So.
Do you use any of the numbing creams or any of that stuff? No.
No sense in it.
I don't even take pain relief before coming. I know some people that try to do preemptive.
Well, I know.
It's like, that's pointless.
Because you don't
And
fight.
it'll thin your blood a little.
But my theory on it has always been, this goes back to the anthropology end of it, is you don't just get it, you earn it.
Yeah.
You gotta sit there and deal with it.
Yeah.
It's funny when the first few strikes go on, you're kind of like, but then after that, it really numbs it out.
Yeah.
And even if it does hurt, deal with it.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Worked hard at what I do a good job. I don't generally advertise a lot.
Okay.
I don't need to, especially where I'm at. I've been tattooing for 25 years. I just let my work speak for itself, generally.
Okay.
Put out good work and people will come to you.
Yeah.
Just like the girl that I just tattooed, you know? She had tattoos from other people. She had a couple small ones from other people. Got tattooed by me, and now she doesn't get tattooed by anyone else.
Yeah.
Treat people well and do good work.
Do your research.
Yes.
Especially in artists, and take your time. Don't rush into it.
Because a bad tattoo, it's there forever. You know what I mean?
We have a couple.
And cheap tattoos aren't good, and good tattoos aren't cheap. Period. And you have to remember that. People are like, oh, well, you know, I don't get tattooed because it's expensive. Valid reason. Valid reason.
It's on you for life.
Yeah. So that's why you have to think about it and do your research and absolutely be sure that that's what you want to do. You know? And the one question that I absolutely love is, well, you know how you feel when you're 80. And it's like, I'm gonna look friggin' awesome when I'm 80. I'm sorry. You know, it's like, and it's also a conversation starter too. Tattoos are a great conversation starter, you know?
We meet a lot of good people.
That's true. Yep, absolutely.
That is awesome.
Yup. Those colors work really well together.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not really even red.
I
It's
know,
amazing.
that's
Usually it's like
surprising
red out
for
here
me.
and this
This
slots
high
it
up,
that
yeah.
high and-
No, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my first tattoo when I was 12.
Did you?
Yes.
Which one was that?
It's actually covered up now. It was my family tattoo. Everybody in my family has the same tattoo, and I was the start of it because my brothers held me down and tested out their ink before they would give themselves a tattoo. But it's a cross. It's on my ankle.
Wonderful. So your whole family has the same tattoo. Now I have a
Yes.
question. So you covered it up?
I did, yes.
For you.
I have different tattoos for different meanings. And I have two on my shoulders. One is to commemorate my friends in Iraq. One is for my time in Kuwait. I have a tattoo down the back of my arm, and that is from Afghanistan. I have two on my ankles. One I got when I was 16, and another one I got when I was 21. And then I have my son's name tattooed on my wrist, and I have love tattooed on the back of my neck. I have this one here. Goes all the way around.
Give me a minute to just back up to get.
And that one was designed by my NCO in Afghanistan. This one here is my devious tattoo. Stands for Deontay Victoria and Savannah. One over here is my Kuwait tattoo. And I got that one because I spent a lot of time in Kuwait, and that was the first time that war actually seemed real to me.
Okay. What in your family?
In my family, yes. In my career, I believe that sometimes I get a little bit of people think that I'm a little wild because I have tattoos. We actually had a discussion the other day about tattoos. Some of the guys in the office were thinking of opening a high-end tattoo parlor because they didn't want to have tattoos just for the indigent people of the culture, so they wanted to make it more open and have a piano bar and champagne and stuff like that. And I asked them, right when they started talking about this, I asked them if any of them had tattoos, and they all shrugged and said, "Why would I get a tattoo? Why would you open a tattoo parlor if you don't have any tattoos?" So, but yeah, I think that people sometimes look at you differently because of tattoos.